Welcome back to Iron Rage, the show where John Romano and I vent our frustrations with the world. We're joined by special guests again this week, Lee Priest and Jeff Long. The topic today is people who use GoFundMe campaigns for ridiculous reasons. Jeff, I know you've been irked the past couple of days by something that recently transpired involving Rich Piana's ex-girlfriend Chanel and Christian Dookie. Can you tell us the whole, I guess, episode of what went on over these past couple days, because it definitely went viral on social media.
Okay, well, it started Saturday morning. I was actually at my son's soccer practice, and I get a message from Christian asking me, if I would donate money to, a GoFundMe account for Chanel, for her to have a booth at the Arnold. Now, like I said, I didn't know who she was. After he asked me for the money, I, did a Google search real quick, went on Instagram to find out who she was, and I found out, all right, she's Rich's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever. I didn't know, didn't care, but all I saw was this lavish lifestyle, cars, houses, and whatnot. So when I messaged him back, stating those, topics of how I felt, and I declined to help. And I felt that I should have gotten an explanation back, of why she needs the money, why you guys are doing the GoFundMe account. So all I knew at the moment when I was asked was, I have a woman who's, they're doing a GoFundMe account for her, who has a lavish lifestyle. So I took it when he messaged me back with, okay, thanks. I got pissed off. I felt disrespected. You asked me for money, and there was no explanation, why, after I declined. So as the day went on, I think a couple other posts, I saw a couple other people through Facebook, people I don't even know with a GoFundMe account, to do a fucking bodybuilding show, and I think that triggered me even more. So I was like, you know what? I wasn't going to put a post up. I was actually debating it for like 30 minutes. I was like, I'm going to have a shitstorm if I do this. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. So I posted exactly how I felt. And I even brought me into the post about how, I started my company. I didn't ask for money from anyone. I didn't start a GoFundMe account for anything. I used my own money, and I wanted to go to the Arnold last year for my company, but my brand was brand new. My brand wasn't known. Obviously I'm known, but my brand wasn't. So my brand wasn't ready for that type of expo. So I waited a full year, until my business grew, and I took the money from the business. Now I'm going to the Arnold next month and have a booth. So, in my post, I stated about, I got really ticked off, and I stated, judging from her pictures, why don't she stop getting her Botox injections? Why don't she, sell her implants, sell her cars, sell that $5,000 throne, chair she was sitting on in her IG videos? And supposedly, that really ticked a lot of people off because, that's, I guess, the chair and like furniture. That's stuff that Rich, I guess, left behind for her, and that's the only thing she had to remember him by. But again, I didn't know who she was. I didn't know what she was about. All I knew was I was asked for money, and that was it.
Right.
I wasn't told, oh, well, she's struggling, she's homeless, she got kicked out of her house, and all this stuff. I didn't know any of that. It didn't come out until after I put the post up. And then, the 5% guys, they posted calling me out, Christian and everyone else. And, be a man, come on the show. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll come on the show. And I'll state exactly what I posted. I stand behind what I posted,
right.
And I did apologize. I'll be honest. I didn't, when they started calling me a bully. I am far from a bully. Just because I spoke how I felt and the truth, which the GoFundMe shit is bullshit, unless you're really in need, then I can care less.
John, Let me stop you, Jeff, for a second. I want to go to John on this, and then we're going to go to Lee. John, I know you and I have discussed this before. People use these GoFundMe campaigns so they can, they can go out and buy like a drone to fly over their freaking house so that they can provide more video content for the YouTube. I mean, people use these GoFundMe campaigns for the most ridiculous reasons. It's designed for people who need money because someone died and they can't afford the funeral. They're sick and they need a device to help them stand, or they need chemotherapy, that they can't afford. Does it sicken you when people do these things because they want to go hang out at a show? I'm so irked by the GoFundMe, the misuse of GoFundMe campaigns, that what it's doing is it makes people never want to donate to these funds. And there are good funds out there. Chris Dim needed money so he can get a machine to help him stand up. The guy's paralyzed. So what's your take on the whole situation?
Well, I agree with you, obviously. And look, anytime you're offering free money, you're bound to have, some abuse of the system. It's like welfare. I mean, there's people on welfare that have no business being on welfare, but, they'll take free money any day. So I also think that part of the onus on regulating this belongs to GoFundMe. They should be a little bit more, investigative with respect to what these GoFundMe accounts are for. If it's some bikini girl trying to get a pair of tits, I mean, that's really not what a GoFundMe account is for, So I find it egregious that when you have, it's like there's only so much to go around. Here you got, if you got somebody that's in dire need of a medical procedure, or their parent or brother or sister died and they need to bury him, or some legitimate hardship that you need a little help for, you need a hand up, or not really a handout, but a hand up. That's what GoFundMe is for. But then you get some bikini bimbo who wants to get butt implants, and she's like, got a GoFundMe account so she can get her ass big. Going to the Arnold is just as bad. Who the fuck deserves or has a right to go to the Arnold and have a booth just because she was Rich Piana's, girlfriend, whatever, partner or whatever? If she was instrumental in growing 5% to the level that it's at, then it's 5%'s duty to make sure that she's taken care of and funded and everything. It's not the public who has to listen to this drivel about, the poor hard luck story. And shame on that fat fuck Dookie for even far and perverting the system that's designed for people who really need it. Jeff's absolutely right. You look at her pictures and you see, a lavish lifestyle, and then you're stuck with, oh, please donate so I can have a booth at the Arnold. My first impression is, fuck you. You don't get a booth at the Arnold. You get a boot in your ass.
Lee, let me go to you on this one, because I know that you're the funny thing is, if Lee Priest started a GoFundMe, he'd probably make more money than anyone on it, and he's the last guy that would ever do it. So, Lee, how do you feel about this when you see people using GoFundMe for these things that are what I would call luxury items?
I might have been the last guy that would do it, but now I'm getting ideas here. Lee Priest wants to go to the Arnold. No, it's stupid. Christian douche, he should fucking pay for it. Have MD pay for it. And like you said before, if she was so into 5% helping with the company, helping Rich build the company, well, all the 5% boys should get behind her and they should fork out the money to get her there. Exactly. Not asking other people to go out there. It's like you said, these GoFundMe pages are originally for people that were down on their luck and needed medical items or needed medical operations, life-saving operations, or maybe if a family didn't have insurance and the house got burnt down, they'd have a GoFundMe page to help the family get accommodation or get furniture or get a new car. But, people are just throwing around, like John said, willy-nilly and stuff like that. It's just crazy. Some of these fitness girls who want, like you said, the boobs, the butt implants, they make more money if they do a GoFundMe page, not a GoFundMe. So they might as well get paid for it. You go to those Arnold expos, they're like a bloody testosterone deposit by the end of the weekend. They might as well get paid for it also.
Jeff, maybe you could start a GoFundMe for Lee to get that tattoo removed from his face, because I'm sure it costs probably a lot of money. Lee needs a little help. You want to donate?
It does. It's like $300 a session to get the tattoo removed.
Jeff, you know what? Jeff, tell your son he can't have that. He can't go to the amusement park because you got to give the money to Christian Dookie for so Chanel can go, set up her T-shirts with her butt on the shirt to sell at the Arnold Classic.
Even if you have a name like Chanel, like a big brand name of a luxury item, I'm not giving you money. If your name's like Shawanza or something like that, or Bob living in the Bronx, I might give you some money. But if your name's Chanel, you sound like you're living in Beverly Hills and you've got that lifestyle, you're not getting any money, Chanel. And like I said, the 5%ers are the ones that should be giving the money. Christian Duke should be going to Steve Blackman, asking him for money to get her there. So why ask the average person?
What's even more egregious? Douchey is a fucking lawyer. Okay, so if he really wants to help this girl, other than just see her tits, he would be advising her from a legal perspective on how to deal with 5% to get the money that's deservedly hers, not mooch off the industry to try to send this girl to the Arnold. I mean, I talk about misplaced effort. This is ridiculous. If he really has a sincere interest in helping this girl, he should be using his legal background to, help her, negotiate with 5% to get her the deal that she should deservedly have if, in fact, she was instrumental in the growth of the company. That's what a good lawyer would do. Not shirk that responsibility completely and start a GoFundMe page that just completely abrogates the intent of what would otherwise be a very valuable and important service.
Jeff, that's a good point, because Jeff, when these 5%ers were yelling at you and reprimanding you, why didn't you say to them, hey guys, why don't you guys fly her in and pay for it? Why doesn't 5% fly Chanel in and she could have a little portion of their booth there to show goodwill? I don't understand that.
Well, I said that. I said that, after everything went down, I said, since from what I knew that she built 5% were rich, why wouldn't they contribute $2,500, which, I mean, come on, $2,500 is chump change.
Right.
If you're combining that with, 25% athletes or whoever they are, and they said it had nothing to do with 5%. They were doing this on their own amongst, I guess, Christian and a couple other guys that's part of 5%. And, I don't know, the whole thing it still doesn't make sense to me. Because if she did build the company with Rich, just because they weren't married doesn't mean she's not entitled to any of the money. And that's their scapegoat, saying, well, she wasn't married, so we can get away with it without giving her a penny.
There's common law.
Get a lawyer and sue.
Don't get Dookie as your lawyer, that's for sure.
And if you don't have the $2,500 or whatever it costs for the lawyer, start a GoFundMe account. Get a good lawyer. Use the money towards that.
That's a good point.
And even if they said
not going to the Arnold. I mean, it's like you have Instagram, you have all these social media outlets. The fans see you every day. So it's like you don't need to go to the Arnold. To me, I don't know. The whole thing doesn't seem, I don't know, something's missing. That's not being told.
That's like Jeff said, even if it's got nothing to do with 5%, if they told him it's got nothing to do with 5%, all those 5% guys that were loyal to Rich and friends to Rich and knew her, they should just take the money out of their own pocket. They shouldn't have to ask anybody else, because like I said, $2,500, if they can't come up with that, well, all of them just get one less tattoo for the month and they'll have the money right
there. Jeff made a great point. Jeff made a great point in that if she is really due a distribution from 5% because of her efforts to grow the company, then the GoFundMe account would be better served for money to hire a lawyer so that she can get her justice. If she's really destitute and can't have. But to form a GoFundMe account so you can traipse off to the Arnold and have a booth so your fans can see you. That's just egregious and a real kick in the teeth for people who really need to use an account like that for real reasons. But I would have far more compassion for the girl if she was being ousted, from the company and denied her due because these guys won't give her any money, then if she has a legitimate leg to stand on from a legal basis, then yeah, start a GoFundMe account if you're really broke, and to get a lawyer. And then you can go to the Arnold, once your lawyer gets you your deal. But you don't start a GoFundMe account to go to the fucking booth at the Arnold. That's retarded.
It's like you said, she's got a lawyer. Christian Douche is the lawyer.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Look,
I mean,
if they start a GoFundMe page for like him to get some sort of plastic surgery, I'm all for that. Fuck me. If I have to look at his face one more time, I'll give him 20 cents for a paper bag. Cut some fucking eyes out of it. But, that's a cause. That's a cause there. That's like fucking.
Case one breaks.
If anyone was going to pay for anyone to go to the Arnold, it would be a GoFundMe to send Lee Priest there, because at least people want to see him there. You know what I mean?
Hey, I did get an email last week from Black Skull asking me, can I attend?
Oh,
I said,
really?
yes, I can. I can attend. I've filled out those forms where the security says you can come into the country. So I've got a 2-year thing on that. But, Black Skull asked me this last year and the year before, can you go attend the Arnold? I said yes each time. They never heard back from him. So fingers crossed, maybe this time I could be at the Arnold.
Maybe you could get Chanel to share a booth with you at the Black Skull booth.
Exactly. Her fans might outdo my fans.
That would be good.
Maybe Dookie could broker the deal.
Yeah.
I'm only 2.5% though. I can't really fit into the 5% group.
And the other thing I mentioned to them was, when I'm sure you guys know about all the hurricanes in the South that happened, last year. I mean, I don't know anybody down there, and me and my wife donated money. We donated actually the same amount that Christian was asking me for. Well, not asking me for $2,500, but asking me to donate. We donated $2,500 to the hurricane victims because, they lost everything, literally everything. And that's something, that's a real cause. That's a real need. People they were left with nothing. No money, no house, nothing. So, that's a real need. Not the travel here, travel there, or, do a bodybuilding show or, for implants and everything else. There's so much shit that people use GoFundMe for. It's ridiculous. And I think it needs to stop. And that's another part of my, reason why I put the post up too.
John, I need to get my eyebrows waxed. Can you start a GoFundMe campaign for me?
Well, listen to this. My buddy Bob, you know him, Lee, Bob Haggett.
Mm-hmm.
He, after I put the post up and it got really crazy, he started a GoFundMe account for my company, Like a Pro Supplements, for to get free products, to get people to send money to the account. And I thought that was hilarious.
Well,
by this afternoon, there's going to be Lee Priest GoFundMe accounts for everything.
someone should start a GoFundMe so that all the employees at Muscular Development can get paid. That's what they should do.
Yeah.
Well, that's a legitimate GoFundMe page. Yeah, so.
If I have ever heard one, yeah. I feel bad for some of those guys over there.
Do we have an accurate count anymore, or have we lost count?
I think Ron Harris is probably on welfare by now. There's no way he's getting paid. That's for sure.
Maybe he's got a GoFundMe account.
We've got to get Ron to the Arnold to interview people.
Maybe Christian is working for GoFundMe. Maybe he gets a commission on all the funds he sets up over there.
He's working for the fucking sideshow. That's who he's working for. Fucking sideshow Bob.
I actually have it. Speaking of Ron Harris, he actually contacted me too. I have an interview thing with him Wednesday.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, make sure you get Jeff Long on, because I know Dave is going to have him on first. So get him
and
on.
Ask him.
We'll ask him the controversial questions.
See if his glutes are striated.
Yeah, ask him how his glutes are. Make sure
Yes, if his glutes are striated.
We maybe get a GoFundMe page for his glutes.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just crazy. Like, I feel sorry for the girl, because now, like I said, people are going to come down on her. And like I said, the Arnold Classic, going there to walk around in your bloody little tops and your fucking camel toe hanging out isn't like a legitimate excuse for money. Yes, Steve.
Lee, I wanted to ask you, we want to do a controversial issue. We want to put you on the cover. You know, I keep telling Dave, why cut back? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Steve, you're sounding like a cross between Steve and Wayne DeMilia right now.
You would know both of them. That's true.
Yeah.
They've all yelled at me one time or another.
Lee made a good point. This is really not the girl's fault. I mean, this is orchestrated by douche, and he's the one who should be falling on his sword right now and at least doing the right thing. He put this girl in a terrible position to be ridiculed, by a whole lot of people. And
that's something I said. I said at the end of the day, this falls back on you, Christian. Obviously, he didn't like it, because I basically blamed him for the entire thing. But that's how I felt, and that's how it came out. It is his fault. He started it. So, and like I was going to say earlier, I actually sent Chanel, a private message apologizing, for the post. But I explained to her why I put the post up in the first place. She didn't respond back. I wasn't expecting an answer. And of course, they used that against me. They posted it in their little board that, Jeff apologized to her, blah, blah, blah. And, so, just try to, get people to pick on me, on social media.
Yeah, but Jeff, you know what?
Like,
what you did, Jeff, was good because you know what? You made a statement. Now we're talking about it. You got to nip this shit in the bud because if she got away with that, or I should really say if Dookie got away with that, then you're going to see a bevy of everyone putting GoFundMes out there from everything from I need to get filet mignon for my contest prep because I got the NPC Joe Blow Classic coming up to getting, like John said, boobs, to I need a bikini for the show, to I need my nails done, to I need my hair done and colored, to I need a weave done in my hair. I mean, it gets out of control. By us putting our foot down here, it stops. The buck stops here.
And I say that, if you can't afford, if you got to take money from paying your mortgage or from your family for you to do the show, then you know what? Then you can't do a show.
Right. Don't do the show.
I mean, I'm you're a professional bodybuilder. I'm a professional bodybuilder. And
was a professional bodybuilder.
I mean,
now he's a special bodybuilder.
At the end,
I don't know what I am.
At the end of the day, it's we say it's a sport, but in reality, it's a hobby. And it's either you're going to be really good at it, make money at it, or you're simply not. Fortunately, you made money, I made money, and there's just people out there who just want to do a show, and they don't have the money. So, hey, you know what? Everyone else is doing a GoFundMe account, so let me do it too, just so I can go on stage for a local show.
If the 5% guys are so up in arms over this, how come they're not just taking it upon themselves to fund it for her completely?
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, John, what happened? John, what happened to the good old days when you'd get M&M's boxes and you'd go in the parking lot to the mall and you'd sell M&M's to raise money to go to Disneyland or to Washington, D.C. or to see the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia?
What about the days you just wait at the mall car park when people come out, you pull the fucking gun to their head and take the fucking car? It's a lot quicker to wait for GoFundMe. Just contact them, motherfuckers.
What about the days when you just had to do without? You don't have money.
You can't do without.
You know what it is?
No.
You know what it is? Everyone, now that it's 2018, everyone feels entitled. Everyone and their mom feels that, well, you know what? I can do a show. Everyone can do a show now. That's why there's so many divisions. There's going to be an obese division next. There's going to be, some type of modeling, clothing division. That way there's something for acceptance for everyone. And I think it's ridiculous. It's either you can do it. It's either you have the physique to do it, or you don't. Don't get on stage, just because you were 400 pounds. Now you're 250 pounds. You're still out of shape, and you get on stage. Come on, it's not for everyone.
Could you imagine if that was any other sport like the Olympics where you got Usain Bolt and these guys running 9 seconds and a bit under 9 seconds, but okay, you other guys, you can only run the 8 seconds. We're going to have an 8-second class for you, and then okay, you other guys, you can only run 12 second. We're going to have a 12-second class. Just keep going.
Yeah.
So
it's like
even the slow, even like Bob with the gimp with a limp, he can do it in fucking 20 seconds. We're going to have a class for him so he can still compete in the fucking Olympics. So, you know, the guy with no legs can fucking roll down the track, but we'll give him a fucking division too. So, it's getting crazy. That's what I've always said. When they started with this physique, like, I can understand classic because it, to me, is sort of what bodybuilding used to be with the smaller waist and stuff. But when you start getting the board shorts, these modelling classes, to me, it's just like I said, the guys that want to be bodybuilders finally realise, shit, I can't. Well, here's a class for me. And the guys that can't do the classic, oh, well, fuck, here's a class for me. I can wear board shorts and cover my skinny legs so I can do this class. It's like we're catering to every person. If you can't do it, you can't do it. It's like I can't go play NBA. They're not going to start a fucking league for me, are they? The fucking dwarf class in the NBA basketball. It's like lower the hoop to fucking 5'6" so I can get a basket in. It's like
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's the best. That's like all sports. It's the best of the best. If you can't do good in that sport, pick another fucking sport's what I tell people.
Yeah,
Like,
or don't do it at all.
I've got so many friends that I said love that play golf on the weekends, but they're not out there going for a championship, calling themselves saying they're going to go against Tiger Woods. Or I've got friends that play tennis, they're not going to go up against fucking Djokovic and all these people. They do it for fun. But I said it before, pretty much now everyone that goes into a gym thinks they can be a professional bodybuilder, thinks they can be a fitness girl, thinks they can be a figure girl because they go to the gym. It ain't that easy. And, you know, if you haven't got the genetics and stuff, it's not going to happen. So maybe they need to start a GoFundMe page for fucking reality. People need to donate reality to some people.
Jeff, final word?
Get rid of GoFundMe. Fucking ridiculous. You know, if you want to take a vacation, you want to do a show, you know what? Go out and work for it. You know, I did it. You know, I've done it for years. You know, to set myself up for security now and in the future. It's like you have to bust your ass, you know, and stop feeling entitled and making, you know, accounts to get money from people you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know, it's sickening to me. It's disgusting, and it absolutely needs to stop. And I hope, you know, anyone who sees this video, you know, I don't care if they, you know, get pissed off about it, but it's the truth. And you know what? The truth hurts.
We don't piss people off.
Amen to that. The truth hurts. And guys, don't be like the boy who cried wolf. Save your GoFundMes for when you really need it, because that's when you're going to want people to step up and help you out. And on that note, we're at the end of another episode of Iron Rage. Until next week, I'm Dave Palumbo with Jeff Long, Lee Priest, and John Romano. We'll see you next time.
All that money's probably going into Douche's account anyway. He's probably got his account linked up to